Hey Alex, I was born and raised on the North Shore of Sydney. In 2010, I graduated the University of New South Wales with a Bachelor of Commerce with honors in finance. I was extremely successful. I work in a stockbroking company with my cousin who is 20 years older than me. Data analyst, stockbroking, all of it. But for the past few years, I've been falling into a video game addiction. I have spent over $1,000 a day just on World of Warcraft Gold. $1,000 per day on World of Warcraft Gold, a virtual in-game currency. Oh my God. This is what a typical day looks like. He sends me a picture. $80, $280, $270, $141, $282, $289. That's all in one day? You spent all of this money on World of Warcraft Gold in one sitting? You may be asking, why would I spend so much? Well, I live in Ginza, Japan, and I can't buy a super nice house because there are none. I have no interest in cars because I walk to school and you catch the subway here anyway. Are there any ways I can stop? Money isn't an issue for me, and it never has been. My mother retired at 35, lawyer, and my dad died at 55, living a short life. That's when my addiction sprung. So, I don't know what your age is, but it seems as if you're maybe 35-ish years old and you live in Japan. So you have a definite surplus of money. You have a lot of extra cash, and you're blowing it all on World of Warcraft. And you say that your addiction sprung, especially when your father passed. May God rest his soul. So what this could be, just off the top of my head, what this could be is a way of you distracting yourself instead of properly grieving for your father. Because it's a lot easier to immerse yourself into a virtual world where you can do practically anything all day long, including grind and work hard the same way that you do in real life at your actual job, because it makes you forget about the pain that you should naturally be feeling. It's okay to feel this pain. It's okay to be crying every single night for months straight. But instead, the way that you took was to play World of Warcraft. And a lot of people do much worse, believe me. People, when something like that happens, they take drugs all the time. And that's an even worse way of coping with a natural grief. So instead, you play World of Warcraft. Not only do you spend a lot of time on it, you spend a lot of money on it, equaling total $1,000 a day. That's a lot of money to be spending on a video game. So the more generic answer that I would give to anyone that has a video game addiction, spending $1,000 a day on a game like World of Warcraft. Listen, I've played that game probably for 5 minutes my entire life, and I don't even know anything about the story, but I can guarantee that the story has something to do like the world was going beautifully great until eventually bad guy comes into our world and then he ruins everything. Now you have to be the hero to fix this world from the evil. And then that gives you a call to action. Especially where I see a lot of men being game addicts is because they have this innate drive to make progress and work hard and provide for their family and get things done and level up and to call themselves a man. So what they do is instead they find that calling through a video game. Like sometimes when you're not the smartest kid in your classroom, you're getting C's and D's, or when you're not the biggest kid on the football team, you feel like you aren't the best at anything in life. You can go home, press that exe file, and now you are a hero, an actual savior for all of these NPCs that don't even actually exist. They're all counting on you to save the day. You also have daily challenges where you have to play every single day to unlock your daily challenges. Don't forget to play today. You're on a 75-day streak. Don't stop now. Oh, what's that? You have to grind out, or you have to buy this really expensive gear. Instead of grinding for 45 hours, you can just pay $50 and get it done right away. So these are some of the tactics that video games do. They literally exploit. Video games are for the most part a virus, especially MMOs, that exploit a vulnerability from within you. And if there's a void in your heart, if there's a void in your life in general, it's going to exploit it. And it's not by accident. The call to action is there perfectly for people that have a void in their life, and that game fills it right in. The same way that pornography does to people that don't get attention from their parents or a bunch of other reasons. There's always going to be a supplement or a drug for that void, whether it be like an actual drug or a video game or videos that you watch online or anything that makes you feel like everything's okay for the time being while I'm playing this. Now, I think what happens in your case is that Instead of grieving for your dad, which you should have done naturally, it's okay to cry every single night for a month, 2 months, maybe even 3 straight. It's very traumatic. And I think what might have happened for you, I don't have enough context to give you a 100% clear answer, but what might have happened for you is that you might have gone to that video game. You might have gone to this World of Warcraft, open world MMORPG, massively multiplayer online role-playing game so that you can distract yourself from the fact that you've lost your father. May God rest his soul. So this video game, whether they knew it or not, when they were coding the game up in their basement, they've exploited a deep vulnerability from within you that instead of solving and letting heal naturally through your own emotional well-being, through crying, through maybe talking to a therapist or some friends, you instead played World of Warcraft. And that became an addiction. Probably every single time you get the urge to play the game, it's because you're feeling those signs of grief. And the only way that you know how to cope with it is by pressing that EXE button on your computer and playing World of Warcraft. You spend thousands of dollars on it. And let me explain this. You obviously are very well off. You probably make well over $300,000 a year possibly, since you're spending $1,000 a day on World of Warcraft. So even if you were to live in Calabasas, California, or to live in the hills of California, for an example, right? The most expensive houses probably in the whole country of the USA. Even if you were to live there and buy the coolest house and the coolest cars and the coolest jewelry and clothing, the only difference between you living in the US and Japan would be that you have faster internet speed in California. That would be the only difference. You might have a little bit faster internet speed. Nothing would change. If you had a better way to outlet your money, like buying a cool house, that would make no difference. The fact comes from within that there is a void in your life, and somehow you're finding a way to distract it from the day that you lost your father. World of Warcraft made you feel like everything's okay, everything's fine. I'm just going to keep on working on my virtual character. And on top of that, what might have also supplemented your addiction was the fact that you might not be fulfilled with your job. You might be making a lot of money working for a stock brokerage company, but when you wake up in the morning, do you say, I'm happy to go to work today? If I didn't have my alarm set, I would still wake up because I want to go to work. I enjoy what I do. Or do you say, damn it, put on my suit and tie, god damn, I hate my life, I hate my job? Which one sounds more like you? And if you don't enjoy what you do and you have all this surplus money, you're obviously going to find an outlet to numb the pain. Some people is a lot worse, bro. Some people drink alcohol every single day to numb the pain, so they physically can't feel it. You go to World of Warcraft. So I think what you need is not to tackle your video game addiction. It's to tackle the fact that you use video games as a distraction from the tragic event that happened to you. I would most definitely, 100%, I can wholeheartedly recommend that you see a therapist so that you can properly grieve. And once that's gone, then your urges to go play those video games and spend tons of money on it to numb the pain are not going to be necessary because you have what it takes right here to numb the pain. You won't need any virtual characters to do it for you. Thank you for watching this video. That was a very, very deep question, and I'm very happy that you went to me for a response. Thank you for watching this. Stay dreaming, stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.